because I
Get a
can't
Steam
afford to
Deck.
yeah, it's not a bad idea. But turned out that I ran the benchmarking tool and it doesn't seem so bad. Now, does this mean I'm gonna buy the game? Well, I have my own hang-ups, my own concerns. Primarily the fact that this is a Chinese developer, and I don't know if they're in bed with the
Their connections are
CCP.
dubious.
Yes, exactly. And plus, here's something. This might get a little bit conspiratorial, but you tell me what you think. So, one of the ways that they managed to market this game to gamers was, I think, on the premise that it was not going to bow the knee to woke activist reviewers or influencers. They were going to say, no, that we don't care that you think that this is sexist. We don't care that you think that you have like these negative opinions about our game that don't actually impact the player in any way. It's all like stuff like, oh, the people who made the game are kind of sick. They said troubling things online, right? And that's going to appeal to gamers like us that are just like, well, I just want a good product. But then you have to wonder if there isn't like a bit of a, on the other side of it, if the CCP is involved with the making of this game, then it could be used as a means to get
Data
people
mine.
to, it's sort of like to data mine your information or do other things. So it's like you might be. And again, I watched this video by a Chinese YouTuber. It was a female, and she was like covering the whole story of the developer and like this whole controversy around the game. And she said that they were a very small independent company that was trying to break into the mainstream, but they had been in business since like 2000 and since the 2000s. But I don't think they made anything. I think they were making like mobile games and stuff, and that this is their opportunity. But again, because like when it comes to what's going on with China and the government and how it is in bed with companies, and so much of it is obfuscated, like you can't know.
Right.
So
right.
I
Even
do
if
worry.
the company means well, it might still be overtaken by the CCP.
Exactly, exactly. So there is concerns for that I have about buying the game based on that, and I'm like the kind of person that usually doesn't get anything on launch day, so I'm the kind that will wait and see. But so we're looking at a mixed bag. Just I'm going to sum it up, and then you can say whatever you want about it. I think it's great that this game has sold as much as it did, because at least the story around it is one of pure merit and no pandering, no appealing to feminism. And it, in fact, it ignores that, and it even like says if you write about this game from like an ideological perspective, we're gonna ban you, because like China doesn't have a problem banning people, and that's another thing that I think the wokies. But when you hold them to their own standards, then there's a bit of Schadenfreude there for me as well.
Oh yeah. Well, the last thing they want is the equality. They want equity.
Yeah.
For a reason.
Yeah. Well,
because equity is vengeance.
Okay if they're a little bit more, they have a little bit more. That's also okay. So it's not really even that, but
no, that's equity for you.
Yeah. Like, that's
what they deserve.
Yeah.
You get one, I get three.
Yeah, exactly. So what I think the benefit of this will be, though, is that other game developers, they may not be Chinese, will see this and they'll say that game blew up, and they didn't have to pander to anybody. They didn't have to do any of this stuff. And so some developers, if they're paying attention, they'll say, if we just make a game and we do it really well. I mean, look at Elden Ring. I always bring up Elden Ring because From Software never listens to these people, and they just do what they want, and they always sell like hotcakes. So it's really an obvious formula. Just make something people want to play, focus on the gameplay experience, make it fun, and just say, dismiss anyone who's got like weird social, feminist hangups, and just make it. Yeah. And I think that on the plus side there, other developers will see that and they'll say, you know what, I'm gonna do this. But I'm still a little bit worried about the fact that this is ultimately a Chinese company. So what do you think?